Most people never start a YouTube channel, not because of the gear, time, or even their skill set. Really, it's just because they're stuck in their head. And so I'm going to walk you through the 3 things you need to start a profitable YouTube channel, pulling from the 7 years experience I had working with hundreds of entrepreneurs, helping them launch channels that make them anywhere from $10,000 per month all the way to $100,000 per month. And it all starts right here. Point number 1 comes down to the gear. And most people think you need a lot of it, a lot of gear, a lot of time, and a lot of skill set to get started. But the reality is all you really need to start a YouTube channel is your phone. You can not only shoot videos, you can edit videos, you can create the thumbnails, you can upload it all from your iPhone. You do not need a laptop. You do not need lights and cameras and all the bells and whistles you think you need to get started. And here's the proof. This is my client, Dan. And when we started working together, we were doing what everyone else does, editing videos, creating thumbnails, having this in-depth strategy. But it was really interesting. The thing I learned working for Dan, working with him, was that he decided to let go of all that. Let go of the thumbnails, let go of the fancy studio setup, let go of the $5,000 camera and all these mics and all these lights and all these things, and he decided to create content with his iPhone. And he ran this experiment, and something really interesting happened. With a channel at the time had 1,500 subscribers, within 1 year of posting iPhone videos, no thumbnails, or like very simple edited thumbnails from his phone, no script, no edit, he not only grew his channel to 5,000 subs. That's not the impressive thing. The impressive thing was he made $1.5 million in his business. This blew my mind because in the years that I've been on YouTube, you think of you have to edit like Mr. Beast and you have to do these crazy animations and have this, well-crafted storytelling script in order to succeed. And not saying those things don't help you, but when you're starting out, when you're at 0 and you're trying to get to your first push-up as an example, or your first pull-up, you don't invest in all these tools and equipment. You just have to do the thing. And so what I learned working with Dan is you don't need all those fancy things to get started. To get started, all you need is this. This is the only thing you need to get started. The rest is just excuses stopping you from the thing that you are meant to do, right? The people who you're meant to help can't find you if you stay hidden. And you obsessing over the gear and saying you don't have time to create YouTube content is just you stopping yourself. You stuck in your own head thinking what you need to be successful. If Dan can be successful with shorts, no shoes, and an iPhone, then why can't you? Another story I want to share is Alex Mosey, someone who we all know and respect, one of the biggest entrepreneurs and coaches in the business space right now, okay? Arguably, he started where? In his closet. He was literally in a dungeon closet. He had no light. He used his webcam camera and he just started creating content. That's how he started his personal brand. That's how he started his YouTube channel. No one, even Mr. Beast, okay, started out with the bells and whistles of the camera, the lights, the audio. No one starts that way. Everyone starts small. Everyone starts with the gear that they have. There's this quote as a filmmaker and videographer that the best camera is the one that's in your pocket. And so what you want to focus on is progress, not perfectionism. Perfectionism is just procrastination in disguise. And so you obsessing over the gear and the time and the skill set is just stopping you from actually making it happen. And to prove my point even more, this is Dorian, one of my clients who just started a YouTube channel at the time 10 days ago. All he's doing is filming in his car with his iPhone. He has a little mic. It's costing $30. Sometimes he doesn't have the mic because he forgets. And that's all you need. He does the thumbnail. He does his research. He does the recording. He does the editing, all from his phone. You have no reason why you can't start a channel. The only reason is up here. So squash that limiting belief and start with the gear you have. Point number 2 is the best content strategy for YouTube is revolved around your purpose and the people you serve. You see, so many times clients come to me asking for, the viral strategy, the pillars and the scripts and the formats and all those things, help you to get attention, to build authority. Not saying they don't, but when you're starting, all you need is a purpose. All you need is a person who you are serving. Because here's the thing, a strategy will tell you what to post, but your purpose will help you to keep posting when the things gets tough. Because YouTube is not a sprint, it is a marathon. It is the best platform to build your personal brand, to grow your business, because what is business built off of? Trust, right? And so when you revolve your strategy around your purpose, which is beyond profit, beyond the vanity metrics, as we like to say, your reasons far outweigh the algorithm, right? So the reasons for doing something will help you get more success than you obsessing over the algorithm. And so what you need to focus on is the purpose for your channel. Why are you doing this? From Simon Sinek, you hear the famous phrase of people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. This is so true, especially on YouTube, because if they don't know your purpose for the channel and it's not just to make money, then you're not going to stick with it. Right? If YouTube is a marathon, not a sprint, how are you going to stay when you are 6 months with low views? How are you going to continue to post when the reason is just to grow a channel? If that's the only reason, I can promise you, you're not going to stick with it. Not only does it help you stand out in the market, it helps you build trust at scale. It is the pillar platform that every single creator and entrepreneur wants to go on, but it's the hardest platform to go on. So what you need to focus on more than the strategy is the purpose for existing. Here's a perfect example. Jessie Jean, she's not on YouTube, but she's a perfect example of someone who has a very distinctive purpose. She started her journey in content creation, I think 6 months ago at the time of recording this. And in that 6-month time, not only did she grow hundreds of thousands of followers, she was able to build a multi-million-dollar business in that time because her purpose was not to make money. Her purpose was to serve her family and serve the people watching. And because her mission of her content was to serve and not sell, she ended up selling out millions of dollars. What we put our energy in expands. So if you want to put your energy in self-serving things, then you're going to be comparing yourself to others. You're going to be having the perfectionism. You're going to be looking and comparing yourself to, it is not going to help you to keep going, because starting is the easy part. Keeping going is the hard part. And so you need to wrap yourself around why you're doing what you're doing, and you will never quit and you will succeed. Point number 3, and probably arguably one of the most important points, is that the only way that you are going to be able to stand out on this platform, stand out, is to be 100% yourself. So many times I see entrepreneurs and creators try to emulate someone else, try to be this performance version of themselves. And I was too, right? When I turned on the camera, I was all of a sudden this different Kyler, when reality is all that is wrapped around perfection. All this performance is you trying to be perceived as someone that you're not. And when you're doing that, you're acting. And when you're acting, you always will get tired. If you want to stay in this game and you want people to buy from you because of you, right? Buying your essence and not your edits, not the edited version of yourself, then you have to focus on being 100% yourself. Be unapologetically you. Okay, think about Gary Vee, arguably the GOAT, the birth of social media, the man, the myth, the legend, Gary Vee. Why is he who he is? Why is Gary Vee like a brand, a personal brand, a huge personal brand? Because he's unapologetically himself. He swears when he wants to. He talks about his interests like the jets and wanting to buy them. He talks about how happiness is better than making money and success. That happiness is the pillar of everything. That to find fulfillment in your work, and all these messages that he shares shape who he is. And it's because he's unapologetically him. And some people don't like that and don't follow him. And that's okay. But you can't argue the fact that he isn't successful. You can't argue the fact that half the world probably knows his name, because he is 100% himself. There's so many examples of this. Even going back to my client, Dan Bolton, he is unapologetically himself. He wanted to show people he had chickens in his backyard. He wanted to show people that he likes this Bali style lifestyle, shirts, the shorts, no shoes kind of life. Or Taki, he's an even better one. Taki Moore, one of my clients, he's a perfect example of being unapologetically himself. He doesn't wear shoes ever. He's in these rooms, these mastermind rooms where people are paying hundreds of thousands of dollars to be in them. And he's showing up on stage with a shirt, shorts, and no shoes on stage. You think if he wasn't himself that he could fill this room? So many times we show up to that stage probably in a suit, probably, dressing their nicest, but he is just himself all the way. And that is because People fall in love with his essence, not his edits. Don't fall in love with the mask that he puts on. He reveals his authentic self, and then people either fuck with it or they don't. And that's it. So if you want to start YouTube, this is what you need to do. You need to don't focus on the gear. The best gear is literally in your pocket. Your strategy is your purpose. The reasons for starting far outweigh the algorithm and what that's like. And 3, you have to make sure that you are 100% yourself. What I like to always say is content creation is a journey of becoming someone worth being followed. This is the biggest opportunity for you to change who you are, change how you communicate, change how you sell, change how you grow your business and brand. This is literally changing you for the better. It's improving you. That's what content creation is. That's what YouTube can do, not only for your business, but for your life and for yourself. The version of you that you dream of is on the other side of the videos you post on YouTube. The only thing standing in your way is this overthinking, overanalyzing, over-critiquing mindset you have. And the only antidote to perfectionism is publishing. So don't just watch another YouTube video after this. What I want you to do is to actually pull out your phone, think about a message, and record it and post it. And you will see your life and your business change like never before. And if you want to follow along my journey, I'm doing a video a day every single day for the month of August. And if you want to follow along this journey, subscribe to this channel because I'm posting every single day to show you how easy YouTube can be, how easy it is to create content every single day without being burnt out, without taking a lot of time. And if you want more information, there is a link down in the description where you can join a community of like-minded people just like you trying to grow their business, their brand, to be a household name, to be the name in your industry, the go-to person in your industry, the authority where people go to for XYZ, for your expertise. So if that's you, click the link, subscribe to this channel, and let's make it happen. See you tomorrow. Peace.